Welcome to a short tutorial on how to write a professional motivation letter for your job application. Let's have a look at some formal and generic aspects for your application letter. The structure of the letter should be very clear. It should be subdivided into several paragraphs. It should be self-explaining and well arranged. The maximum length for an application letter is one page A4. You should not use more than three, maximum four paragraphs that fit onto one page. The font you choose for the application letter should be easy to read and definitely not smaller than 9 or 10 points. We recommend you use 11, maybe even 12 points. Obviously, your application letter should be free of mistakes in grammar and spelling. Have someone check your application letter to find eventual mistakes. Formulations you choose in the application letter should be short, they should be concise. And finally, one general rule for all applications, you should individualize not only your CV but also your application letter for each application. Copy paste does not work for an application letter. The application letter includes some personal information. It includes the name, the first name, your contact address, your email address, and please do not use funny addresses, but you can use your student address from the university or a serious private address, and a phone number. It does not include a photograph. This is only used in the CV. In your application letter, you address your letter to a person and not only to the company. If you're not sure who is the responsible person, you might want to call the company to ask for a name. If this is not possible, then you will address it to the HR department. The letter itself then starts with Dear Mr. or Dear Mrs. followed by the name. If you do not have a name of the responsible person, you will write Dear Sir or Madam. What is not possible is to write to whom it may concern. The application letter follows a very clear structure. It starts with a short introduction on what you are referring to. Imagine that bigger companies might have several hundred of applications each and every day, so you need to use the job title as it was stated in the advertisement. You might want to say how you learned about this and how you learned about the open position. You then state why you are the right person for this job. You continue why you want to apply for this job, why you are interested. And especially these two first paragraphs are the important ones as they say that you apply for a specific job and that you are interested in this position and that you're not just sending out letters to all the companies that came to your mind. Towards the end, you then move on from me and you to us. Why do you think that you will be the perfect match for the company? How can you contribute to the success of this company? Why will they benefit from your knowledge, from your experience, from previous positions? And finally, you close your letter with a short description of the next step. Will you call them? Do you expect them to invite you for a job interview? What's going to be the next step? The last part includes your signature. If it is an electronic application, signatures are not required. If you print it out and send it by post, you will have to sign the application letter, and you will also refer to the attachments that are sent in together with the application. Sometimes you will find alternatives to that, especially for the first two paragraphs. You can also start with your motivation, why you want to apply for that job, before you then describe your applicability, why you think you are the right person. Some common problems you can find in motivation letters is that the applicants have a very strong focus on their own person. You can typically see that with a lot of me messages, especially in the first part of the application letter. This is not appropriate. It is much better to address the reader as it is at the end, a person who reads the application letter. You should avoid informal or casual language, such as addressing the person by hello or using very slang terminology, such as your company is so cool, it would have been a dream to work for you, and so on. You should also avoid extravagant or exuberant self-praise, which shows a lack of modesty. Highlight your competencies, but do not exaggerate. And it's only one part of the application. It should not fill 90% of the letter. And finally, you should avoid to repeat too much the facts, which can also be looked up in your CV. It is much better to refer to the key facts in the CV, such as your education, such as your key aspects of the personality, and the rest can then be looked up in your CV. This is the short introduction to how to write a professional motivation letter. If you have more questions, you can always get in contact with Next Career. You will find us online on several websites and social media. Thank you very much.